Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and in today's video we have a big box, and you have already seen the thumbnail, so you know that this is a diesel heater. It's from VEVOR, tough tools, half price. I don't know about that, but let's check it out. And VEVOR sent me this as I thought it was interesting and they wanted to promote it. So and it catches the light if I tip it back like this, because the light is over there, and that's why I am in darkness. But blah blah blah, let's get into the box. This was shipped from Germany. I wasn't expecting that, so it arrived way sooner than expected. They said that they would ship it, and then it was there. And I usually like to go around thinking about stuff. What am I gonna test with this and this and that thing? And so when it came this quick, I'm a little bit astonished. And oh, so we have a manual on top, which is helpful because then we can see what everything is in here. This is what we're gonna be dealing with. It should look like this one. It's kind of a self-contained unit. Some stuff needs to go out of it, like the exhaust, and it needs power to run, and safety crap, and spare parts, and assembly. Oh, there everything is. It needs power. It has a remote control or thingy that you can control it with. Has some piping to distribute the heat. It has an air filter element intake, so it has an intake pipe and it has an exhaust pipe. The exhaust pipe is kind of important because that's the one that's dangerous. Oh, it has handles, that's nice. There, and it has an extra box. So yeah, what the heck do I need a diesel heater for? Well, I have a basement that isn't heated, and I do actually from time to time spend a lot of time in the basement, so it would be very nice to have some heat down there, and that's why I thought it was interesting to have a look at this. And I actually had a heater like this back when I was very young. I think I have had like a little workshop for myself since I was like 10 years old. But when I was like 13, 14 years old, we moved and I got my own little workshop in the garage. I got the smallest room in the house, but I got the workshop in the garage. And my, at the time, stepfather got one of these, not exactly this one. At the time it was the original model, and it was out of a truck, and it was 24 volts, and it was a hassle to power, but we messed with it and we got it up and running, and yeah, it was a fun project. It never got to heat the house, but it was a fun toy to play with. Heat the house, heat the garage. So I have had one of these before. I have no idea what became of it. So, protective plastic. This is a nice little unit. It's smaller than I was expecting, I must admit. So here it is. Here is my hand. So it's the size of a little computer cabinet. And yeah, diesel tank on top of it here. Have no idea yet how much this will hold, but most definitely hours of heating in there. On the it's branded here like the box. There, there's all kind of caution on there. Here we have where the heat comes out, and it has a display to control it, and it has like a remote control so you can turn it on and off from somewhere else. I don't know how many meters this is good for, but yeah, it can be done. And the other side is not special. Bottom, We have some places where some pipes comes in and out. I think we need to go and connect something to these. One of them is the air intake and one is the exhaust. And there's a hole for that to come out the back. There. And the back. Not really much here. There is the wire for the 12 volt, and it does say 12 volt 15 amps. That's quite a bit. So it might take a lot of power when it's just starting up. So we have an extra box of goodies. What goodies? I see the exhaust pipe. A lot of people use these for their RVs to heat up a little camper thing. I should turn it around. The other side is prettier, more interesting. Pretty might be an exaggeration. So we have an exhaust pipe that really limits how long we can get away from this thing. We have this must be the air intake pipe, even though I think it could probably also be used as an exhaust pipe. Oops. Yeah. Oh, that was a fun sound. Can you do it again? Okay. And here we have the air filter. And we have a lot of clamps, so we could clamp something like this thing. This is extractable, so it can become longer if you pull it, and it's bendable and stuff. So you can direct where you want your air to go. So it goes on here, and you can. Yeah, now it's a he. And here is the exhaust pipe. Oh, what is this called? A muffler to make it less noisy. So there is that. That's about what's in this box. But it has latches. It has these things on the side, so naturally we're gonna see what's inside. Naturally. If it will permit. It permitted. Oh, that tank is way bigger than I was expecting. That's good. They could have put how much it holds on it. That would have been very nice. So, okay, they haven't made this very interesting. So more or less, what we're seeing here is one of these in a box with a tank, but it has everything that it needs. Over here, oh, this metal is very thin. Over here is a fuel pump that pumps the fuel from the tank and up to this green pipe, which we saw in the bottom of it. Oh, over here, the green pipe goes into the diesel heater. It's kind of a simple setup. There's not too much hassle here. So when everything is assembled, it's kind of okay because everything is held into place with each other. But when you take the cover off, it becomes very flimsy. This is okay. Take the cover off and everything is so the cover really pulls it all together. I noticed that there's a fuse on the power inlet here, the 15 amps that it wants of power to run. It says 40 watts, so it might take 50 amps just to start up. And then when it's all burning and going, only the fan and some electronic will be running. It does have a little bit of specs on the back that we can look into. We could probably zoom in on that. There we can see the model XMZ-01 fuel diesel 12 volt 40 watts, and they're rating it at 8 kilowatts. Doesn't matter if it produces 8 kilowatts for me. If it produces 2 kilowatts, I'm fine with that for just heating my basement. So there's a lot of helpful information in the manual as well. First there's the model, and I see that I misread that. That's a D1. So the XMZ-D1. Also a nice little form factor there. That's equally cool. There's a lot of safety stuff, and I am gonna read this because this is a kind of a complicated thingy. And there is internal structure. These diesel heaters can get clogged up over time, so at some point you might have to take it apart and clean it. That might be a few years out in the future, but at that time it's nice to know where you can go to see how the heck do I put this back together. And you know it, you're gonna take it apart. I can remember that, but well, sometimes you can't. I am very lucky because I usually film it, so I can always just look at the video. And then there's different suggestions on where you can put it if you're mounting it in a vehicle, a truck, car, other car, and an escalator. So there is the different models again, the different specs for them, and these are available in different sizes. The smallest one, 2, 5 and 8 kilowatts, small form factor box, 5 and 8, and the one that I have here, the D1, also 5 and 8. Other than that, they're exactly the same. Then there's a lot of package lists. All the stuff that is in here is listed here. Every screw apparently is here, even the user manual, which we are looking at. So if you need something, you get the name of it. So if something has broken or is missing, or is the exhaust pipe has a hole in it, well, you know that that's the exhaust pipe. Might be a bad example, but yeah. Then there is we already had a look at that, how to put it all together. So if you have the single unit itself, you can see it's a lot more complicated, a lot more stuff that you have to do. Whereas this unit over here, which is that's the smaller unit, so there might be the taller unit here, you don't have to do much. You need to add power. You can add an air outlet. We actually forgot to see something. There was this thing. We didn't check what that was. And that might be something in that regard. Yep. This is for mounting it in your vehicle, for example. If you're mounting it in a camper, you can have the air coming out of a hole in the camper and out onto the floor, so it has a nice cover that the pipe comes here and goes here, and you can have a nice cover there. And yeah, you can probably even paint this to have it match something else. So okay, that was that. So this is what we're gonna be building, and it's not that complicated, so we'll manage that. I am most definitely gonna need a longer exhaust pipe for it, because that it's not gonna go very far for what I need. I need probably a couple of meters. I'm gonna go and check the interweb if that's a possibility to get one. That's a couple of meters long. I'm gonna run into trouble here because what I have in my head of where I want to mount this, it says that the exhaust pipe can go out straight. I'm expecting that's for condensed water to run off, so that can run out of it and not go up, because then the water will stay down here and it will suffocate the thing at some point. But that was what I was thinking of doing, so how do I work around that? Okay. The rest becomes complicated. This is about the display, and then there's some more about the display and some error codes, and some more about the display or another display. And also it becomes about, there's iOS. I don't think this one has Bluetooth. They have one that is like 10 euros more and that has Bluetooth, but they only had sample versions of the one without Bluetooth, so I couldn't get one with Bluetooth, which is it's a shame. It'd be nice to have the Bluetooth thing to play with, but never mind. I'm gonna go check if that exhaust pipe is available in like 2 meters. Okay, I am probably gonna be able to test this. I'm not gonna be able to put it up in a meaningful configuration in this video because I need some more pipe. This is way too short. This is the exhaust, which of course makes it a little bit longer, but this exhaust is not airtight, so it doesn't well, it's a muffler, so I can blow air into this side while stopping this side, and all the air will come out everywhere. There's like gaps and it will come out. So this is definitely not to be had inside of your house. Oh, this is just pretty plastic so that it doesn't get scratched. We'll put that back on. And yeah, so I can't put this on the inside of the house. I was hoping that it would be very cool with a little muffler down here, so to take some of the sound right away, but well, when this is not airtight, I thought it would be just be an expansion thing, so that the air could expand and then continue. But, well, maybe I don't know shit about this. So I'll try to bend this, and it does bend, and it also kind of is able to bend in a 45-degree angle. Is that? No, it's not. That's 90-degree angle ish. This pipe is too long though, so that will have to be shortened quite a bit, and at that point it can probably go up under here and go out and be pretty and all that stuff. So to get my nice 45-degree bend and the exhaust pipe going out the back, I've had to shorten it already, so the already too short exhaust pipe has gotten shorter. And I think we can. I just tested it and it went on just before, and it still goes on. That's not too bad. And I have also a clamp here that will go on and hold it tight there. Yeah. And there's very conveniently some holes there that we might be able to use. So can that? Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, very good thinking right there. So you can get to tighten down the clamps here. Oh, don't scratch it, Morten. It's new. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. I don't know, maybe the pipe should go a little bit down and up and out to not be in the way, because that's the air intake right there, and that's kind of well, the exhaust pipe is kind of in the way, and it doesn't hit the cushion down here, does it? It kind of does. So yeah, might be needed to put this on a piece of something for it to have just a little bit of a gap there, or I need to shorten that pipe up another 2 millimeters. Well, it's a beginning, but yeah, that exhaust pipe is not very long. But okay, it's just because I have something else in mind. Then normally this would just have to go through the floor of a camper somewhere, and it would be plenty long enough to just do that and bend over and mount the muffler here. So yeah, we are part of the way. So this diesel heater naturally needs some diesel, so we are at the fuel station and we're gonna be fueling up. I have a can here for the diesel, so that's diesel right there, and we'll put that right there. And this is where we're at, OK fuel station, and diesel is 13.19 Danish kroners, and the bottom one 2.99. That's for a kilowatt hour of power for your electric vehicle. It's very funny because everything is going electric here, so all the fuel stations now have charging stations, and they charge both price and stuff. So I need to prepare this. So I have my credit card here, and you just show it to the machine. It beeps. It wants my PIN code. I'll give it that. And an OK. And then it's ready to fuel. So yeah, just take this. And we put it in here. Oh, it's dripping a little bit. I think most of you have probably done this. So it's not magic in any way. It's not ready yet though. This will take 10 liters. Took me back 140 Danish kroners, and it took almost 11 liters. So, 10.6. On the other side of the street there's different charging stations. So if you have one subscription thing, you can charge your vehicle over there. Yeah, and this is why we need heating. It's dreadful weather here. It's raining and it's cold, and yeah, it's no fun at all. So yeah, miserable weather. Here we are at my PlayHouse, and downstairs here is my basement, and that's where the diesel heater is gonna go. And my idea is to bring the exhaust pipe out here somewhere, but I most definitely need a longer exhaust pipe for it to reach out here. But when that arrives, I'll have to drill a little hole into this into the basement, and have the exhaust pipe going out somewhere, probably down here somewhere. So we have moved into the basement, where we're gonna try and fire this up. I know it's hazardous. You're not supposed to do this inside with the exhaust. So I am just gonna test that if it works. Hopefully it does. By the way, this is the air intake for the. It's the air that goes into the diesel heater that becomes the exhaust. So I'm gathering that they have this on here so that no particles gets into the burning thing and messes it up. So I've mounted that, and that goes in here, and it sits right there. There, that pipe is being bended too much, so we need to do something to not bend it too much. Maybe it's not too bad. Okay. Let's try and bring the thingy the other way. There, that might be better. I don't like, it's very close. That's exhaust. Would probably become ever so slightly warm. It would be cooler to have it going the other way. This thing is made out of aluminium foil or something, so that doesn't get damaged by the heat. The paint might peel off, but that really doesn't matter too much. Okay, we're gonna have to see how it works. I think this can just sit in the bottom of it and take in air from the bottom. I think that will be fine. So just put that up, and it sits like that. Okay, we need to fuel this up, and I don't know how much it holds, but that tank was pretty large, so it might be good for quite
quite some time.
So we got 10.6 liters here, so yeah, let's go down with it. Oh, it's heavy. I think I'll put that on the floor. There. Okay, I kind of decided midway that I didn't need to fill that up to test it a little bit. Okay, you kind of see the fuel level through here, and it's very nice. You can see how much fuel is left in there. So if I knew how big the tank was, I could kind of, up here we're at this many liters and down here we're at this many. We could kind of do some pointers, but yeah, never mind. We need some power to this, otherwise it's not gonna run. So I do have a very nice laboratory power supply, but it can only supply up to 5 amps. And they said that this needed 15 amps. I'm not sure if that is true, but yeah, it's not gonna be able to run it directly. I am thinking that it only needs 15 amps when it's just starting up and it's preheating the diesel in there. So we will try and power it from this awesome lithium iron phosphate battery, LiFePO4 from Times USB. We have reviewed that a long time ago, so I have made the wires a little bit longer, and I think we can just put them in here. Fasten this a little bit. I think it's in there, and when I put the plus one on, I think it will power up. So let's see the display over there, what it does. Yes, that might be interesting. Yep, display powers up. There. It didn't power for long. I'll try and take this out of there. Oh, I see the middle bottom is power on.
Start heating.
Oh, it speaks to you and says that it will start heating. Okay. That was a bit of a surprise. It does say that it has some Wi-Fi thingy there. So right now it's well, it's doing something. I think it's preheating right now. I think that is the fuel pump. Kind of an annoying sound. Nothing is happening yet, so. But the fan speed is going up. I don't smell anything either. Oh. Is it warming? I think it might be working. It's running. So right now the exhaust pipe is blowing out warm air, which will definitely kill anyone. Quite a lot of it too. Just smells warm. Okay. I was expecting it to be quieter than this, I must admit. I don't know if it's just, well, I just lifted it from the table. Yeah, this is nice and warm now. I guess this might be full power. Exhaust pipe is very warm already. So yeah, and this is also getting nice. Oh, this is going to be really good when I get this pipe to go outside. Unfortunately, I don't have my clamp meter, so I could measure the amps going out of it, but just gonna measure the voltage of the battery and see how that is. 12.97, so it's perfectly good. Yeah, this is gonna heat up the basement in no time. I hope that banging noise is going to be less over time. And this is very warm, so there's a lot of energy in that exhaust. That would be very awesome to collect as well, if that is possible. This is very nice, I must say. It heats up this basement in no time. I really need that pipe. I have ordered it so that it can go outside, but yeah, it's probably going to be a bit. So that is probably the remote, so we should be able to turn it down. And we are. There. So running. Not the full 8 kilowatts, but ever so slightly less. Yeah, quite a bit less. I can smell that it's about time to turn this off, which is a bloody shame. I would have liked to mess with this some more, but I do believe the air quality in the basement is suffering. There is not that large a volume of air down here, so yeah, we're gonna try and turn it off and see if that works.
Stop heating.
And it says stop heating. Off. Very cool. It keeps the fan blowing for a bit because this is still very warm. There's this metal thing in here that is heated up, and I think I just heard the flame go out. So yeah, it doesn't stop immediately, and I do believe that you're not supposed to cut power to it, because in that case it doesn't cool itself and you might have some damage out of that. So now the fan is ramping up again, even though it is still off. It's too bad that I'm not able to share this with you, that it's nice and warm, because it is. I only ran it for a few minutes, and the exhaust pipe is absolutely toasting. Yeah, I can't even. Yeah, just touching it like that, I can feel my fingers. That's a bad idea. Bad idea. So right now we have it sitting here, but the idea is to have it sitting down here. And this is actually my kerosene heater, which have been working for many years, but last year it didn't do anything anymore. And yeah, that's I've fixed it a few times, but well, last time I didn't manage to figure out what was wrong with it. But the idea is that the diesel heater is gonna be sitting in here somewhere.
I wish you a safe journey.
Oh, it keeps talking. I didn't hear what she said in the box. But she wished me a safe journey, so I don't know. I'm not really going anywhere. But have it sitting down here somewhere and have the exhaust going up and out somewhere along here through the wall. Somewhere where we can drill a nice round hole or something. That would be awesome. I do also need to figure out how I'm gonna power this, as having a battery like this sitting around is kind of a... I'm very dark, am I not? Let's move into the light. Yeah, having a battery sitting around to power this might not be the best idea. Would be nice if it ran directly off grid power, but well, I could like have a tiny battery. If it just needs those 15 amps for a little bit while starting up, one of these tiny batteries might do a very nice job of it. Just having this connected to a charger, 12-volt charger, and probably figure out how much power it actually uses for just the fan and the weird lady in the electronics over here. And then have a power supply that can supply that amount of power, and then just the battery for the starting up thing as a buffer, as a cache battery. So yeah, thank you very much to VEVOR for shipping this diesel heater to me to test out. We're gonna be continuing this when the exhaust pipe reaches me. At the moment the air quality becomes very poor down here, a bit too fast. So yeah, we'll have to continue this when we can get the bad air out of here and only have the nice warm air in here. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.